Have you ever thought about your journey and who you're becoming and setting yourself this vision? Well, I'm doing that for the next 24 months. I've created a curriculum. I am making it my next degree, my next goal, and this overall achievement that I want is becoming who I want to be. And what is that going to look like? I'm going to live my life as semesters with a vision, with a goal that is structured, intentional, even a little bit playful, exciting, but also different with who I want to be. It's my story, it's my journey, but for the next 2 years, I'm showing up for what matters with a purpose and really made myself this syllabus and curriculum to become the version of myself for who I want to be. Of course, you guys know that I am turning 30 on September 26, 2028. So starting August 15th, we are going to do a monthly step-by-step curriculum where I go into 8 semesters over the next 24 months and become someone intentional. I carry a purpose. There's a vision for every single month. And that means that by September 15th, 2028, I hopefully become the person I want to be. Does that mean she's going to be perfect, that it's all going to have it figured out? No, but I'm going through this personal journey where I'm creating the life of my dreams. I am going through the journey that aligns with who I want to be, and that it's a little bit different than the Thrive to 30. The Thrive to 30 is this bigger journey with my experiences, with my lessons, and the overall system here at Balance While Blooming. The woman I'm becoming is a curriculum that is structured, that lets me learn, that lets me practice, and lets me implement who I want to be. The Thrive to 30 is my overall why, and it's a vision and a purpose for everyone to go on their own 1,000-day journey. The woman I'm becoming is the how. It's the structure, it's the action, and it's the purpose behind everything else to let me actually see the results. So here at Balance While Blooming, I really want to remind you that it's more than just the Believe to Become system. Here, I always am sharing my journey because yes, I'm a wife, I'm a stepmom, I work a full 9 to 5, I have multi-passions, and I am balancing it all. And I've had to believe in myself, build the life of my dreams, balance every single area of life so that I can bloom and become. But this is another level of Balance While Blooming here. It is really becoming the woman I want to be. And the woman I'm becoming curriculum is going to be something that I share about every month with a structure, with a video, with something that shows me monthly how I'm going to show up. So yes, I am starting this today because I want to share with you exactly what I'm bringing. And this 56 days that I just did to become 28 years old is what really got me in, like, what am I going to do? I can't just keep going into these chapters of 250 days at a time. Let's take it to the next level. Let's now build and create and become automatic by also hitting every area of life, every situation that I can put myself in so that I can take the action and become who I want to be one step at a time. So here at Balance While Blooming, I share mindset, productivity, how to become your best self, and monthly we are going to break down every single chapter of this curriculum. But today is just the intro. So join this community, be part of our Thrive to 30 1,000-day challenge, or just be here as we talk about our mindset, our habits, our productivity, and how we're becoming our best self by believing in ourselves, building the life of our dreams, balancing our day-to-day life because we're blooming consistently to become. I now want to talk about why I really am creating a curriculum, a series, or a journey to really have this degree of life where I feel successful. This is where it honestly gets personal for me. I realize that I need structure. I am a procrastinator, but if I'm like, okay, I need to get this shit done, it's 30 days and I can get it done. There's no more scatterbrain of what do I need to focus on. I'm no longer going to be tired of trying and trying and trying again. That doesn't mean I'm never going to fail or that I'm not going to be hitting challenges or not setting other goals, but it's really letting me realize that the goals that I was setting or the vision that I had, I knew what I wanted. I knew what I had to do, but there was nothing setting me up for success. And I've always done good in school, so I knew that I could build something, but I was tired of trying again and again. And I don't want to just have this be a personal journey. I want it to be a curriculum where I learn, I practice, I apply, but I also get to reflect and actually change my life. And that's where we came up with this school idea, because a lot of times we practice in again and again for a test. We apply by taking the action, learning again and again, and learning overall so that we get to this end result and have this knowledge, skills, and power. And overall, every single year, you get a break, you have this intention, and you get to succeed at the end. So the syllabus is real. I have a 75-page packet. I don't have it with me right now, but it is real and raw, and it's 24 months broken down in 8 semesters with 3 chapters each semester. Each chapter is 1 month. And so what is this going to look like? 24 months with 24 chapters, one big journey? That sounds great. But what is each chapter going to look like? It's going to have books, podcast themes, habits, challenge, reflection questions, and even video concepts for me to share with you guys. So books, it's something that I'm going to be learning, something I need to understand or expand my knowledge on. And then podcast is something that I get to listen to and learn about and think about. So it's going to have these overall themes and topics and an overall self-development book for me to do my one self-development book every single month. Do you see how this is going to work out in my bigger vision, bigger goals, and who I want to be? Exactly. Same with these habits, something that I can practice consistently for 30 days. If it works, great. If not, we don't bring it into the next month, and that is okay. Then a challenge, something that pushes me outside of my normal routine, out of my normal habits, and out of the systems that I've always created for myself to push myself through that month towards that area of life or that topic so that I can become better. Then I'm obviously going to have reflection questions. It's important that you actually sit with it, see what you learned, how you've grown, what worked, what didn't, and how we can bring this up to naturally feel like we are succeeding. And then, of course, video concepts. I want to be able to give you advice, my thoughts, and what I'm learning from month to month. Of course, as I said, I'm doing this from the 15th of a month to the 15th of a month, but we're going to talk about it at the beginning of every single month. So this is going to be our new monthly reset here, and it's going to be its own series for the next 24 months for who I'm becoming. And the goal isn't to complete assignment every single day and get an A+ and be perfect. It's about learning, evolving, and expanding not only my knowledge, my skill, but my overall power to show up for myself. And what happens when I actually start to live life is to see myself succeed, see who I want to be. Each of these systems and semesters are going to help me become the person I want to be and level up by the time I'm 30 with structure and knowledge and power and every area of life in between. So let's break down these semesters of what each quarter is going to look like from now until I turn 30 years old. First is my personal vision. Who do I actually want to be? What do I actually want out of my life? And how can I feel and act? I feel like we just did this in the Thrive to 30, but giving myself an additional 3 months to really analyze that, make habits, lean into someone else's thoughts and feelings in their articles and in their books, and challenge myself so that in semester 2 I can have this becoming her blueprint of who do I need to become and how can I build that life so I can see that success. Semester 3 is all about that faith and rhythm of how do I build faith and create the life that actually fits into who I want to be every day, how I want to show up for my faith, and how I can merge who I am with this bigger vision, this bigger power that is outside of me, and have the values of who I want to be in my day-to-day life. Then we're going to step back and really focus on our wellness and how do I take care of myself in a way that I can sustain myself. As I said, I'm going into a new decade of my life. By the end of this, I want to make sure that I'm healthy, that I'm in the best shape I can be in, and that I'm mentally, physically, and emotionally well-being of who I want to be. Semester 5 is probably one of my favorites, where it's just life and giving activities. What does it actually feel like for my life to feel full and successful and happy? How is that going to look? And then the Wilbur family playbook. If you didn't know, my last name is Wilbur. My husband and I are going to really create bigger traditions. We're going to figure out what our life is going to look like and what does it look like for our family, for our friends, and overall relationships that I have. And that goes into semester 7, which is this relationship vision, how I intentionally nurture, and have loving relationships with people around me. This can be my family, my friends, marriage, atmosphere, and where does it really matter? And then semester 8 is right around the corner in 2 years when I get to create the 5-year legacy plan. We are doing so much in the next 2 years. It's where am I going next? What am I going to continue building? And now that I've become her, what does life, now that I'm being successful and happy and fulfilled, what is that going to look like? And how is everything that I've gone through in the last 1,000 days or throughout this 24-month journey going to really help me take that next leap of faith and go from there? So I'm going to go into chapter 1 really soon in this personal vision. I really want to talk about how we are going to step into this first semester, this first chapter, and everything that I'm going to do, from what I'm reading, what I'm listening to, my habits, my challenge, and the questions that I'm going to not only sit with for the next month. We're going to talk about this at the beginning of September, so be excited for these every single month. I'm going to start working on them on the 15th of the month before, so every month for that new month, I'm halfway through the curriculum. I'm going to tell you where I'm at and where I'm feeling, and it's kind of exciting because you can come along for your 30 days, but I'm doing it from month in and month out. So I hope that this excites you. I want to give you guys updates of what is to come and really just explain where I'm going to be. And it's going to be this ongoing cycle, a little bit different than the Believe to Become, where we learn, practice, live, reflect, and grow chapter and chapter and chapter again. So if you're a blooming bestie, follow along, subscribe, be part of the journey, and come along for this new energy as I feel like I'm finally figuring it all out. Thrive to 30 has really pumped up my life, and going through this 56-day challenge that just started in August was like, there has to be more. I'm having fun with the habits that I've created for myself, the systems I've created. There has to be more. So follow along for the next 24 months, join our Thrive to 30 journey, and be part of a community that not only inspires you, but supports you and holds you accountable every step of the way. Let me know what semester you want to hear more about, and if you're going to come along on this journey, take 48 hours to create your own curriculum. I'll be honest, I did mine through ChatGPT. I'm really excited for the books that they've recommended me, for the podcast that I've never heard of before, and I'm going to expand out of the information that they gave us. So that's a little disclaimer that if you would like to create one, let me know and I can help you know exactly the prompts I gave them, what I said, and what is the one part of your life of who you want to become. What does she look like? Who do you want to create? And remember, success looks different to everyone. So who I want to become in 24 months may look completely different from who you want to be. So I want to create a curriculum for you to be successful for who you want to be. So I don't know exactly who I'll be in the next 24 months, but I know I have a vision. I know I created the why with the Thrive to 30, and now it's all about becoming her. And I'm excited. I have no idea what this is going to look like. I have no idea how every month is going to go, and it's going to be a journey. Because let me tell you, I used to feel lost. I felt so unfulfilled and confused, and that was only 3 years ago. And now I'm happy, I'm fulfilled, and nothing dramatic has changed. It's honestly just been my own journey of figuring out who I want to be and understanding that I may be a little bit different. I may not see success exactly the same as others, and that's okay. And I challenge you to just really step out of your comfort zone, step into your power, and keep believing, keep building, keep balancing, and keep blooming, because over time, we're going to become her. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.